new catchphrase for our show.
A catchphrase?
Yeah.
Swing.
I've had
something like that.
I've had a new one lately where anytime something good happens, I just say excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it came
That's
from.
original.
But it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we should start saying? Maybe we should like get up and just swing,
Swing.
swing.
And when would you throw out that kind of line?
Possibly if there's like a pretty excellent lady or something like that.
Yeah.
If somebody brings up a good idea, maybe brings up a favorite actress, something like that. It's mostly like a.
I think swing kind of denotes like when you're hype about a finished product. Like when you've finished something and like you got a really clean sketch or something, like a really clean joke that you feel like you've got hammered out and it just kills on stage.
Yeah.
You can get off and go swing.
Well, I've come up with a phrase that's like the opposite of that when you do a lot of work.
Swong.
And it's discredited and you don't. It's I don't get no respect.
I don't get no respect.
I don't get no
respect.
respect.
Is that original? You came up with that?
I think it's gonna stick.
That's really good, dude. I was thinking about this the other day about so I'm getting into a new career. I don't really want to talk about this new job on the pod, but it made me start thinking, what's the worst job for you? Like for you personally, what's the worst job you think you could have?
Probably stand-up comedian podcaster.
Oh, that's a good one.
That sounds like hell.
Yeah. I was thinking like for me it would be like undercover cop.
Yeah? I think I'd like that.
I have a terrible poker face.
Really?
I can't keep a secret.
Do you think it would be like you're just like trying not to laugh the whole time or
yeah,
something?
Exactly. I'd be like, guys, maybe we should I don't know, gather some evidence or something. Like
You get in the car afterwards like, dude, I just said something so badass.
I'm the getaway driver and I'm just giggling the whole time because I got all the evidence I needed.
The worst part about being an undercover cop is that you're a cop, but at least people don't know.
Yeah. I feel like they can tell. Have you seen the pictures of or like the reels when there's like big protests going on? They send out undercover cops.
Oh, are you talking about the agent provocateurs?
Yeah. And then there's people that catch them because they're like obviously wearing like a bunch of like gear and shit underneath their clothes. And so it's just like a guy on a train and another guy videoing him going, "This guy's a cop. Hey everyone, this guy's a cop."
Yeah. Well, dude, that's some of my favorite videos. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen that white supremacist group that'll march through Nashville sometimes.
Oh, God.
And anyways, somebody did the exact same thing, went and got in their face and was like, "You're not even a real Nazi. You're a federal agent. You work for the FBI," because everybody knows that those guys are just like agent provocateurs. I mean, yeah, there's white supremacists in America, but those guys specifically that go marching through and fucking military gear and shit on their face with big red flags and stuff. Those guys aren't real, bro.
No.
Those are fucking fake people.
Yeah, the real ones are inside on their computers.
The government's been hiding so much stuff from us, dude, and all of it's coming out. What do you think about the JFK files and shit that are supposed
I haven't
to be
read
coming
anything
out?
about the JFK files.
Like, nobody's been able to read anything yet, but there's a lot of alleged stuff. Well, everybody's been pointing out this video now to where it looks like the driver turned around and shot him.
What?
Yes.
On the Zabrir film, or is that
Yes.
a different footage?
It's on some kind of like clear footage that they did, and like it just kind of looks like the driver like looks back after Kennedy's been shot in the throat, and he's like doing this. The driver kind of looks back like this, and his hand like comes up from the steering wheel cross body, whatever. He has something in his hand, and where his hand is, if a bullet shot out the end of his finger, I would assume that it would. It was the one that blew his fucking top off.
Yeah.
Who knows though?
Who knows?
Who knows? We'll know soon. But another thing they've been hiding from us, dude, that I've been real excited about, I was kind of mentioning earlier, is the aliens.
Yeah, you told me about that. You didn't tell me any other information, but we know they're out there and they're piloting drones for some reason.
I don't think they're behind the drones. Allegedly, that's us behind the drones. Allegedly.
Yeah, we were looking for a missing nuke or something. But tell me about these aliens. Where do they come into the equation?
So these aliens came into the equation a long time ago. Who knows how long they've been visiting Earth, honestly. But a lot of the information I've gathered kind of starts with the Roswell incident, the Roswell crash.
Yeah, the spaceship hit a helicopter, right?
I'm not quite sure about that.
I was making a topical reference to
Oh, yeah.
something that happened recently.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, why don't we get that information? Who was on the helicopter? We don't know.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Who?
Yeah, that was just a apparently so from what I know, that helicopter route that goes around DC, it's very tightly controlled, but it also, the only place that they can really send helicopters through is past an airstrip, which is not that commonly used at the DC airport. So whenever the helicopter pilots were advised to be aware that there was a plane coming in for a landing, they were like, oh, we should be looking that way, not realizing that there was a plane coming down the barely used airstrip that cuts right through their path. And helicopter pilots on Reddit have been saying that that's like it's been a death trap for years. That it was just a matter of time before something like that happened. It's really more like a civil engineering problem than anything like nefarious.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, the way the helicopter was flying, they would have seen the airplane.
I don't know.
Did you see the film?
Yeah, I saw the film. It's
like not the like blurry bullshit, like it looks like there's a star in the sky type shit.
I saw the blurry late night footage.
Yeah, bro. No, I saw the footage where the helicopter drove directly into that airplane.
Yeah. I saw I mean, there's just so much shit happening constantly now.
Yeah.
And it's all being like beamed into our brains through our screens, that it's like you have to take everything and just assume that there's more to it that we're not knowing.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like a stressful way to live. I hate
that happened. And then what happened in that fucking ambulance plane that fucking did a straight nosedive into a Philadelphia apartment complex? Did you see that?
I didn't even see that one. There's
yes.
So many. Why are they all going down?
Dude, I watched a lady walk out of that scene on fire.
There was a plane crash in like Mongolia too, where it like crashed in the ground, and there were people just like walking out of the plane.
Yeah, and we also had a fighter jet in Alaska earlier this week fall straight out the air into the fucking ocean.
You know what I think that is? I think it's the aliens are methodically lowering the speed of light around our planet in order to limit our technology, and that's causing our shit to like slowly go on the fritz.
Is that why AT&T customers had an outage earlier this week?
It's exactly why. Soon we're all going to be grounded.
Yeah. Well, so the cool thing about the aliens that I was hearing about on the Joe Rogan Experience, these guys, they speak to you telepathically. They're blue.
They're blue?
Yes.
I was expecting grays. Gray or green.
Well, so there's some that are gray and green. You know what I mean? Because they believe in the different races of the aliens too, which I know you're familiar with. The reptilians, the great whites, the tall whites, the grays, you know, all those things. But they were talking about this. Can you, Madeline, by chance Google Dreamland Air Force Base?
Nickname for Area 51.
Yes. So allegedly, there is a whole area of Area 51 where the tall whites that we study live.
Area 51 3/4. You can only get there.
Yeah.
So they have like a space on Earth that's like for them.
Yes.
They're keeping them on reservations.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But they're not to be confused with like the ant people in Brazil who live in the ground.
I thought the tall whites were in Scandinavia. I thought that's where they came from.
That's of our species. These are a totally different thing, dude. These things are insane. They speak to you telepathically. They imprint shit in your mind. So the story that I heard this guy tell, he is rated a government whistleblower. Jason Sands is his name. He's labeled a whistleblower because he said for certain that we have aliens, for certain that we have alien technology that not only have we studied but figured out how to replicate.
Yeah, it's called the computer chip.
So what if this whole time that we've just been advancing shit, they've been using what they figured out through alien technology?
God, I hope that alien technology isn't the shit we use to make like Uber Eats or like
I think
bullshit
it
like
is.
that. Yeah,
It
you
might
think so?
be. It might be.
You think
like
that-
cell phones, FaceTime, shit like that? Like, because here's my thing. No matter how many times you explain how the internet works to me, I don't get it. And that's a fact. What makes it so expanded that it stretches across the whole earth? I mean, yeah, you can say satellites, but what are they traveling on, man?
Waves?
Waves of what?
Light.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever, bro.
They're bouncing off our satellites. Now, I do think that there's a lot. You're gonna see a lot more satellites crashing into the planet soon.
You think we're gonna have a lot of them fall out of orbit?
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be like you can just. I'm imagining China, big evil China, with with their big bases, and they probably got what I'm imagining in my head is a big cartoon magnet that they're gonna point at the sky.
Yeah.
Turn it on and then pull all of Elon Musk's good Starlink satellites out of
Dude,
orbit.
Have you ever seen how many of them satellites are? If all those satellites fell to Earth, it'd be like the fucking Oprah Winfrey show. You get a satellite, you get a satellite, you get a satellite. Those things fucking cover the entire Earth.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can get internet beyond the firmament.
I wonder what that would look like in the like if all the satellites fell to Earth at once. Do you think that would be what would the environmental effect look like? Because that's a lot of just metal heating up, getting real hot, atomizing in the atmosphere as it crashes through
several football fields of land. I would say each of them would at least create a football field worth of damage.
Yeah, I don't even think they're gonna hit the ground.
I don't know what size they are.
I mean,
really?
About that big?
No way.
Your average satellite about that big?
No way.
I mean, you see them on the screen. Like I've been mostly looking at them on my phone, so they're really like that big.
Well, fuck off.
Large satellites weigh more than 1,000 kilograms. Medium satellites.
And I don't know what that is transfer wise, but I know it's more than 1,000 pounds.
1,000 kilograms.
Typical satellites are about the size of a mass of a compact car. Okay, so pretty much like Madeline's got like a Chevy Trax.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could cause some damage, though, dude. That could still cause some damage.
Yeah,
I mean, and they're falling that fast and from that far. Who knows? Like,
I think we're gonna have new generations of treasure hunters.
yeah,
You know, they find out a satellite's falling down.
it's gonna take a while.
It's like storm chasers, but they're like satellite chasers, and they're just like go up there and like scavenge all the copper out of them.
Yeah,
Dude,
you might as
crackheads are gonna
well.
have a field day in the future.
Why
It's
don't we do
raining.
that? Let's start tracking down all of the past their half-life satellites
Yeah.
and see where they're gonna fall, because they do fall into Earth sometimes, don't they? Satellites crash and
I don't
after
know
they're
that
out
they
of
hit
use.
Earth. I think they burn up in the atmosphere. We got a pretty thick atmosphere here on Mother Earth.
Atmosphere thick as fuck.
And when you're falling out of orbit, you're slamming into that pretty hard.
Oh yeah,
It happens.
It's now
A satellite collision catastrophe is now inevitable. That sounds like fun.
Nice.
I think we've talked about this before, but would you ever go to space?
No, because I don't want to die in space.
Yeah.
Also, I saw a thing today. Two more things about the aliens, and I'll quit with the aliens.
Deal.
So, something that was very interesting, and obviously this is going to make it sound more like way too perfect. So, the guy was talking about his experience. He was leading a convoy from one base to another. They were about to end their shift that night, and they see this guy, and they said it was like freezing temperatures, pretty much. And he's running, but he's not running normal. He's running like he's in hurricane force winds. Like his arms are flopping and shit.
Whoa.
And so they pull up to the guy because he's got on like real clean army fatigues. And so they're like, man, do you need some help? And before they got out the car, the guy in the passenger seat tells the dude driving, Jason Sands, he says he has no ears. And he's like, dude, don't be rude. And he gets out and he starts looking at him. And he said that the aliens started speaking with him telepathically. Like he was speaking a language, but it wasn't like out of his mouth, and he told him that he needed Teridium.
Teridium.
That's what he said. It sounded like he said he needed Teridium for his, to fix a part in his plane or for his aircraft or whatever. But Teridium is what they use. It's like they use it in nuclear bombs, but they use it to like make watch hands glow and shit. And it gets charged up in the sunlight. But he thought he was asking him for some kind of alloy, like titanium or something.
Yeah.
Because he was showing him in his, like,
In
crystal
his
clear
brain?
image in his brain, the part that he needed and what needed to be repaired and why he needed it and shit. And anyways, he was just like, you know, I've over there, and he pointed to the military base. He was like, you know, they've got people that have that kind of shit over there. And he was like, he said, I'm not going over there with those murderers and barbarians, which freaks me out that aliens hate fucking humans already.
Well, they hate the cops.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The only people they've had to deal with. Imagine if you're trapped in your house for your whole life. It's actually just like that video of that girl that her parents had her and her siblings locked up in the basement or whatever.
Yeah.
And they see her in the street and they're like, "Are you okay?" And he said, and she's like, my sister's chained up in the basement at home." And she doesn't know how to interact with them and shit. She's never seen people before. And they're like, "Okay, you fucking junkie." They're like, "Yeah, right. Are you taking any kind of medication?" She's like, "Medication? What's that?" And they're like, "Come on." Really? But anyways.
Yeah, you want some crack? What's that?
Yeah, he offers him like one other place, a junior college in Vegas that he goes to and takes certain. That's what he said, dude.
Get in the car. We're going to Vegas, dude.
And so the aliens just kind of like, I'll figure it out on my own and just left. And he said he turned around and everyone else that was in the convoy were like drooling on themselves and in a trance. And 2 people have confirmed his story that were at the front of the convoy. The rest of them won't speak about it or weren't close enough to see.
Damn.
And anyways, he also, during this telepathic description, he had posted up a star constellation in his head, because like they say with these telepathic transfers that like residue kind of stays behind. You kind of get more of their thoughts than they intended to give you. And one of the things was he called it a star map.
Nice.
And he doesn't know anything about star maps, allegedly, he said. He doesn't know anything about it.
Could he draw it?
And someone was asking him, "Could you draw it for me?" And so he drew it out. And he said, "Do you know anything about constellations?" Once he drew it out, the guy quizzing him did. He said, "No." And he said, "This is Leo. And at the tip of Leo's nose, there's a red star. And it is called Retaldi or something like that."
That's retarded.
It is retarded. But in the past couple years, they have actually found planets in the Goldilocks zone of that star.
Let's go.
3 of them.
Let's get there.
That possibly contain life.
Dude, I mean, that would make sense if we got 3 different aliens coming to visit. They got to be from 3 different
And that
planets.
was his home.
Damn. We got to get him home.
You got to get that guy home.
Dude, the government and the military, they're not going to help you get home. They're going to try and tear you apart and turn you into a fresh new way to make coffee to sell to people.
Yeah. The craziest things that I got from it, though, is that they're telling me that telepathy's real.
Okay.
And that interdimensional travel is real.
Believe it.
My bad. Like, there's a different dimensions, and you travel not through time and space,
But higher and lower in these dimensional spaces. So, like, we're
the spaces
3-dimensional.
between. Instead of riding like a wavelength like this to go from one place to another, you're skipping through the blips. And what's also crazy about that, have you heard about the new quantum computer that China has?
No.
Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
I haven't seen this. I haven't heard about this. Tell me about it.
They're using AI to preemptively create the spaces between the frames. So you know how there's like spaces
In video?
like in Yeah, like GPUs and shit.
Yeah, I mean AI. DeepSeek has been DeepSeek costs $6 million to make, and it's already blowing ChatGPT out of the water. DeepSeek is an AI, is a Chinese AI that they just developed, and cost $6 million to make. ChatGPT cost over $100 million to make, and DeepSeek is beating them on every single benchmark.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's just gonna speed up and get better, but I don't know, man. I've been seeing so many. Just today, my For You page was flooded with AI videos of dogs getting hugged by Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's like an AI Jesus song in the background. And if that's what the future holds for me, I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up in my.
I've seen some pretty crazy AI ones. Obviously, with all the political stuff that's been going on recently, we've been getting some good like deep fake dub type AI beats that are pretty good. One of my favorite AI things going on right now, though, it's a page it's this Sopranos voice that they're using, and it'll be like a Sopranos type scenario where like Christopher walks in and he says something, but they're Muslim. And they're explaining to him like, why
that's
this
all
is
the
haram
time.
and shit like that.
Dude, they do that with
bro.
Family Guy. They do that with The Simpsons all the time.
His daily Quran reminders is what they're doing.
What do you think hoarders look like in other countries?
Like where? Like India?
Well,
They look like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other hoarder house.
Well, they're just like a lot of places in India that trash is just stacked up in the street and they're like all living in it.
Well, I was talking about Jamaica.
You're forced to be a hoarder.
I was thinking about Jamaica.
Yeah, but they're using those to make go-karts and stuff, bro. Whatever they got, even if it's a lamp, they're using that for a go-kart.
Yeah. Just old car parts, just like piling up their front
Have you ever
yard.
seen Jamaican go-kart races?
I have not.
Bro.
Are those good?
Yes, dude.
Are they building them out of like old like coffee pots and microwaves? And like...
Nah, bro. These bitches run for real. No, they're just building like little like 10-stroke or 2-stroke motors and shit.
That's fun.
Well, that's not quite what they're doing. I'm talking about the street guys, bro. I'm talking about the real Jamaican kings.
I've noticed. Speaking of social media, I'm not seeing any like real down in the street.
Yeah, they got. So I've seen some videos and shit of guys out there. They're
I want to see those Havana street races.
Havana.
That's not in Jamaica, but whatever.
They're really more like pieces of metal just like welded together with like an engine on top of a frame.
Yeah, those
and
look
a
a little.
Seat.
It's hard to see because it's dark, but those do look a little like nice and dirty. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I like the big gas tank sitting right next to the.
Yeah.
Him.
So yeah,
awesome.
that kind of shit, right? Like that. Yeah, the gas tanks, like they don't even have a fucking cap on it.
Yeah.
That's the good shit that they're doing down there, bro. Everybody hypes them up about their weed. First off, their weed's not that good. They smoke like soil down there, and and their go-karts are sick though. That's what you should go for: the go-karts, the beaches, the mountains.
Out on the streets of Georgetown.
Ooh, dude, you know
going
what else?
real fast, smoking bad weed.
Man, so one of the new lunch things that they bring to us on Saturdays, they bring us food for lunch on Saturdays, so we don't have to leave the dealership.
Yeah,
and
working hard.
They've been getting this guy that one of the salesmen told him about. This dude makes food out of his house. And it's like you can like order food there all day at his house, but he also does catering.
He's just chilling on the couch.
Bro, this Jamaican guy makes the best fucking food.
Oh, I bet.
It's called Caribbean Pot. Look up Caribbean Pot on you don't have to. I'm just talking to the viewers. If you're in the Metairie, Kenner, New Orleans area, you've got to try this guy's the ribs, the chicken, the cabbage. His macaroni and cheese is as good as macaroni and cheese gets without it being Velveeta.
Do you think we can get him on the pod?
I don't know about that.
Have him cook us something.
I don't know if he'd come on the pod.
Is his English that good?
No, it's fine. His English is
Do you
fine.
talk to him?
I don't talk to him too much. He's kind of like in and out or whatever.
Word.
You know what I mean? And he's
there
already got
for the bread.
He's already like got a guy there that he like talks to and shit. You know what I mean? I don't need to break that up or whatever. Plus, it's not all the time. I see him like maybe once twice a month.
I got too much shit in me house.
He's got the fucking rice and peas going though. Even his dude, he brought a salad and it had this dressing, this like green fresh dressing, dude. Fuck.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I love the idea of being rich enough that I can have like a personal chef. We watched the Diddy documentary.
Yeah.
The Diddy documentary, and he was so fucking. The thing that like really like started pissing me off was that he was so rude to his personal chef.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's someone you pay to come in and make your life better. And you know, if he treats his chef like that, you know, you can imagine how he's treating other people.
Yeah.
He did some bad things.
Do you think they were using his private chef had to use baby oil? Everything kind of had like a fresh linen taste.
Oh yeah, baby oil, but not the kind of baby oil you're thinking.
Yeah. Oh.
The kind that has adrenochrome in it to keep him alive longer.
Oh, like rendered foreskin.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
like searing steaks in it.
Yeah.
Searing some nice paella made with baby oil. Madeleine's refusing to make eye contact because she does not stand for what we're talking about here.
No, I do stand for it. That's fine. I mean, I don't stand for all of it, but you know, I stand for.
Crockett, I got a moral question for you.
Okay.
Why do you think only hot clowns do well on TikTok?
Here's the thing about clowns. They've had their image ruined. Like, the same reason only a hot priest would do good on the internet. You know what I mean? And a priest and a clown, you've got similar scenarios there.
Okay.
You know what I
Like-
mean? And I'm not calling priests clowns. I'm just saying they're right there with scoutmasters. I think you know where I'm going.
You're talking
with
about
this.
access to children.
Yes. And they've had their, even if not all of them are like that, we're not going to generalize priests, clowns,
people.
scoutmasters, because some of them are really good people. But what I want to say about them is that you've had your legacy tarnished so much, the very cloth you wear stains you.
In the clown's case, it's literal because it's a
Therefore,
lot of makeup.
You have to, someone has to find a way that, and you have to bring this out of yourself, this energy, this aura, whether it's the extremely good looking or the extremely absurd. Like if there's like a fat Down syndrome priest, everybody likes that guy.
Yeah.
Ugly, if I was a priest, no one likes me. I'm touching kids. On the internet. You know what I mean?
On the internet.
Well, I'm not touching kids on the internet. I'm saying like how I would fare on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, people, your comments, if you post anything dressed as a priest, you're going to be like,
Yeah, people are going to be like, oh, look at
Nice
this.
try,
Somebody's going to
Diddy.
make it. Yeah, bro. Nice try, Super Diddy. That's my favorite, dude. Any advertisements getting rung up with the Diddies in the comments.
everyone's saying it. I'm so excited to see where like Diddy ends up in like the youth lexicon in like 10 years. Whenever
Yeah.
like whenever we're like 10 years closer to running out of oil.
Well, they brought him to see all those sick kids on Ellen that time. So, I mean, like, you know, he's good with the children or whatever.
And he wasn't really doing anything to kids. He was more like young women that he would.
Yeah.
Happened last night.
He was taken from the prison to the hospital. Ooh.
That just happened last night.
For what, though?
We don't know. I don't think.
Ooh.
To receive an MRI. Damn, bro, must got beat up or something.
Yeah, he's probably got. He's probably got information on other people. That,
He either got beat up or tried to hang himself, and he lost a lot of oxygen in his brain. And they need to assess.
yeah.
Which that would be a CAT scan. That wouldn't be an MRI.
Now, they said it was made after dark to be inconspicuous. Do you think that's true, or do you think it just happened at night? I think it more likely just happened at night.
Yeah, he was making them at night for sure.
And he was making them at night. Dude, imagine it being the doctor that's got to treat Diddy. That's gotta suck.
You know what that sea monster asked me for? Tree Diddy.
Well, shit, you know his money's good.
Oh, absolutely. It's a little slick, but
I think that court reporter really, that courtroom artist,
yeah.
that guy does good work. I think
like
he's showing the inside of Diddy right now.
Yeah, you've got what looks like Frankenstein on the left here. It's like a Frankenstein with balding top, long hair.
Yeah.
And then the guy on the other side, I just
That looks like
that.
you.
I mean, a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, I like that fashion's gotten to the point where that's like Young Gravy or something.
Yeah.
That's who that is, I think. Is that Young Gravy?
No, That's a black man doing a Mrs. Doubtfire type look.
Pull up with a whole damn scene.
Yeah, whatever happened to Young Gravy? He probably did something bad that he's hiding from right now.
No, not really. The last big thing he did was he was dating Charlie D'Amelio's mom or something like that.
No, not Charlie. He was fucking around with Addison
Addison Ray's
Ray's mom.
mom.
Ray,
It's
Mrs.
Addison.
Ray.
But that's his thing too. He likes the moms.
He loves the moms, and he
loves
sings all
MILFs.
about the moms.
Yeah.
That was kind of the bit, and Addison did not like it. Apparently.
Yeah, but they were liking each other, dude. They were all over each other,
I
man.
think it's just for the views.
Nah, he's really knocking these chicks off.
He's
I
actually.
know that he likes knocking chicks. I just don't know about Addison.
Oh, I'm sure it happened.
No, yeah. The way they explained the story, she definitely like reached out trying to do something.
She reached out to him.
type shit.
It doesn't mean that you're asking.
I mean, it's allowed. It's allowed.
We don't know.
He likes a woman that knows what she wants.
She's a
that's had
single
little
lady. He's a
experience.
single man. They're more than within their rights to have sex, even though there's a little bit of an age gap.
I think we're actually going to see a rise of that in the next 10 years because now it's pretty taboo
Well,
to
have you?
if you're a guy dating a woman who's 5 years younger than you,
Yeah.
that's kind of fucked up. But if you're dating a woman who's older than you, you're 100% know that you're in the clear from getting
I think
anything.
once you're out of your 20s, it doesn't matter.
I think so too, but I still think
if someone's 30 dating a 50-year-old, that's fine.
yeah.
That's absolutely fine.
You're just scared of someone being 50.
Yeah,
the
that's
idea
fine.
of being 50 is terrifying to me.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. My mom's birthday is this week, and y'all like how I saved it with the this week because I couldn't pin down the exact day right there offhand.
You don't know your mom's birthday?
I do, but
You don't.
not all the time. It's February 3rd. Anyways, we were at my grandma's today, and they always if it's your birthday lunch, they have the cakes, the candles and shit, cake, blow out the candles, all that bullshit. And I walked past the table, and that bitch said 52. I said, "Damn, son,
You old, Mom.
you getting up there?
Over the hill.
You ain't doing that again."
What do you think your life's going to look like when you're 50?
A little more to the left than now, for sure.
I can see that.
Because my eye.
Oh. I get
I don't
it.
think I don't think I would make a liberal push late in life.
Who knows? You know?
Maybe so.
Yeah, maybe after.
Well, who knows what liberal is going to be in that amount of years, in 20 years.
Yeah, maybe after we invade South America, I'll probably take it. We'll all probably have a different view of our government. No, I think the most civil unrest I do is when I'm at Chipotle, and they don't give me enough food.
Dude.
Because then I'll just hop back there and fix it myself.
Dude, tell me if this is fucked up. Y'all can tell me this in the comments if this is fucked up. You can tell me if this is fucked up right now. A couple weeks ago, I went to Raising Cane's for lunch. I wanted Raising Cane's for lunch. I was on my lunch break.
No.
I pulled up there. Person in front of me. They're sitting there for a little bit. They drive off. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get up to the thing. No one answers me. I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Raising Cane's? I pulled out because I'm like, all right, whatever, they're closed. Looked at the sign, closed for Martin Luther King Day. I was still pissed. Is that fucked up?
No, dude, because you're expecting a hot chicken dish, and you're not being given a hot chicken dish.
Yeah.
Now, if you say something off color after
No,
that,
I didn't.
something cancelable, man, Martin Luther King Day, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Then, even if you whispered it under your breath or said it in a song, it would probably be messed up.
I did the opposite. I immediately went and embraced black culture. I went to Popeyes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you put in your reparations there. So I think we're gonna cross off.
Of course,
Crockett
Popeyes is open.
reparations.
Dude, here's the thing about Popeyes. I love Popeyes. People could never tell me I'm racist because I will pull up to Popeyes, bro.
I don't think that makes anyone racist or not racist.
Look, here's the thing, dude. If you're racist and you don't want to deal with people that are
You can
of
be-
other races, I'm sorry. Statistically speaking, I mean, have you ever been to an all-white Popeyes?
I don't think I've ever seen one.
you're gonna run into some kind of person of another race, and you're gonna have to interact with them.
And that's a good thing.
There's other things about me that make me not racist, but that's just one of them. That's just one of those that I'll go 3 times a week at least.
To Popeyes?
Uh,
That's not good. That's not good for your cholesterol. You may be opening your heart to other communities, but you
No,
are
I don't
also
go-
opening your heart up to heart disease.
I don't go to 3 times a week very often. I've gone 3 times a week before.
Oh yeah, I mean I've
I
gone to
definitely
Cane's.
have. I'll say this: I'll go to Popeyes once a week. But here's the thing: if I don't go to Popeyes the rest of the week, I'm still going to McDonald's, still going to Chick-fil-A, still going to Raising Cane's, still going. You know what I mean? I'm eating fast food. That's what I run off of, bro. That's why I look like this.
That's
bro.
what you do.
People ask me, how do you get such a shiny coat, and grow so much? And that's because I eat
Palm
fast
oil.
food.
Palm oil, seed oils.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
the starches,
how you stay
and
young.
carbs are good for the skin. Starches and carbs. You can look that up. Not you. Once again, that's for the viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, starches and carbs, dude. That's why. I mean, here's the thing: Donald Trump's eating McDonald's all the time. Still got all of his hair. Skin looks great.
He's also taking like high grade amphetamines that no one else has access to.
You think he's joshed up?
Dude, I think every president has had to be joshed up ever
Have you-
since they like figured it out in like the 20s, you know?
Have you heard the story of when they had to cut off JFK?
From drugs?
Yeah.
No.
So the first time that they gave JFK amphetamines, he
liked him too much?
He was in a hotel, and he stripped naked and started doing cartwheels down the hallway, and said he's never felt better in his life, and was like thanking his doctor and shit. And they were immediately like, "You don't get this."
Like it's a Super Bowl shout out.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Dr. Carnegie Williams for this experience. For this crystal meth that he put under my tongue. That's
Yeah.
great.
It
What
was-
else do you think? Dude, JFK is just such a guy. He's just such a cool dude. It's so sad that what happened to him because he was just funny. He was just like a
He was
Playboy
okay.
bachelor. He was okay looking.
He had more aura than anything, bro.
Yeah, it was mostly vibes.
It's mostly aura.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody thinks he's all hot
Everyone's
and stuff.
like,
He had good hairline and he was young. And he has prestigious aura because he's just from like old money family, bro. And
Yeah, when you got old money aura, it helps you out. I want more of those pills.
yeah.
They make me feel like I'm God.
ask what not your country can do for you, but should I take this meth at the same time as these opioids?
Should we do should we do an act out? Do a little act out. You're JFK's doctor. I'm JFK.
Well, sir, it's definitely confirmed you did impregnate that 16-year-old girl, and simultaneously Marilyn Monroe did give you chlamydia.
I fail to see a problem.
Oh, it's no problem. It's an easy fix. We've done this 1,000 times.
It's the 1960s. That kind of thing is just what you do. I'm the goddamn president.
Yes, sir. Penicillin? Is that good? Is that all you need?
I'm allergic.
Okay, what do you
I need something stronger. This campaign trail's running my ass.
Oh, you're feeling some fatigue.
I'm tired all the time. I can tell I'm starting to fall asleep in the middle of my speeches.
Okay, well, look. Who's besides you? Because you're great. You're a great public orator. Who do you know made some of the most impactful, iconic speeches of all time?
Well, I'm not allowed to say it legally, but I quite like that gent Martin Luther King.
Okay.
He's a good, what? He stands for some stuff
You're
that
just turning a little Australian.
I know.
Okay,
It's because I'm angry and tired.
not Martin Luther King. Not Martin Luther King. Think about some other people. Someone who really, like, through his words, got some people to do some stuff, man.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Fred Hampton.
No, not Fred. Who's that?
Fred Hampton, another black civil rights activist.
Oh, no.
He's,
No, it's not a
he's
black
doing
guy.
a great job
It's
out
not
there.
a black guy, sir. What I'm trying to tell you is Hitler, hell of a campaign trail as well, too. And whether we like what he did or not, he used this. These are amphetamines, sir.
Amphetamines. I have an amphetamine. She died.
Take those before you turn into Jerry Seinfeld, please.
Oh my God, I feel like $1 million.
Oh, you're worth well more than that, sir.
I need to call my secretary and get a fresh batch of 16-year-olds up to my motel room immediately.
16, sir, I mean, I just had to give you a shot because you have chlamydia. Don't you think that you don't need to pass that on to...
No, I feel great.
That's
What are you
fine
talking
if
about?
It's fine if you feel great, but they might not feel great afterwards.
I haven't had any symptoms in weeks.
Sir, let's think about this like your fingerprints. I know we don't have that technology yet either, but if you leave your fingerprints on something, then people know you were there. And if you give a harem of 16-year-old girls chlamydia, they'll know you were there.
That's why I wear Mickey Mouse gloves every time I'm fucking in a hotel room. Big old cartoon Mickey Mouse gloves.
But sir,
They'll keep my fingerprints off everything.
You don't need to keep your fingerprints off stuff, sir. You need to keep the chlamydia out of these young girls.
It's the 1960s. We don't have DNA yet. Bring it to the hospital.
Sir, they don't need DNA. You're on record here as being treated for chlamydia today. If you did the exact same day, if a bunch of girls say that they had sex with JFK on this day and they all got chlamydia that day, everyone's gonna know it was you. It was for sure.
Lyndon told me I would never get caught.
Sir, he's dead.
Lyndon B. Johnson?
Lyndon B. Johnson's dead.
This is entirely changing the course of history. I'm gonna live. How are we doing on time? do we need to go deeper into JFK lore real quick, or you got anything else you want to throw at me?
Not a whole lot. I have some Mormon talk if you wanted to talk about that, but I know we're pretty JFK focused right now.
Yeah, I don't feel like getting assassinated by a bunch of blondies.
Yeah, well, they can come after me, dude. I'll fucking thrust back and forth in their ladies. How about that? Something they can't do.
Something they can't do. I need to go soak. We should wrap this up.
I'm going to drink 5 Red Bulls and have one of your women. How about that?
I'm going to drink a coffee.
Yeah.
And then thrust. Just to flex on the Mormons.
Bro, so I was watching